On the road, focused am I. Two hands on the wheel. Protective glasses. You know, they say that I've heard somewhere that we might be wearing sunglasses too much. That sunlight is healthy for the eyes. Would you believe that? I think the same with sunblock. I think what's in our sunblocks for a while, I'm not sure if it got better, but I'm not sure how good it is for us. You know that skin cancer is something new to the human species. And somebody said they believe it's because of our, or more people have said that it's because of our diet. We just eat straight up crap. Guilty as charged. But you know, there are some Gnostic teachings that say, not just Gnostic teachings, spiritual teachings, that say we are more important than just what we see in our eat in our what we eat. Sorry, I have this small little Chevy Cutie Pie. I think the name of the model of the car is Cutie Pie. And this guy was riding on my booty. He's doing it to the person ahead of him. There you go, you crazy cutesy pie. Now, the title of this is The Aquarian Age. And spirituality. And at the state of our psyche, conscious soul is even more important than the state of our body. Now, there are some trends that in spirituality where they talk about the body as a cage, our mortal shell. It can be what brings us down or what brings us up through the body. And namely, through sexual activity within with the other. When the two become one, that's like the closest that we can be to God. Yeah, that's pretty wild. So we have this a lot to learn from the creation of life. Now, some Gnostic teachings, they teach to not give into the orgasm, to spill your seed, to lose your semen. And if you were to, you have to do like a ritual purification thing before you came back into the community. And this is a common teaching. Semen has been used in magic and in rituals and in some sick freaking ways. I invite you to go to Wikipedia and type in the word semen. From so the same root from seminate, it goes to seed eventually, and it's related to sperm. Spermatoza. And it's like it is kind of as the essence of man. Plato related it to the brain, that are waters of our brain. I want to see how similar our cerebral spinal fluid is to semen and that inner reaction. Because I think it's in the working up of the energy that you retain jerking off to pornography. I know that's a little taboo to talk about. I'm a Scorpio. I will talk about these things. That is weakening men. We're a bunch of freaking drained out. We got no oil in our lampstand. We're dim. We're dull. We're in the dark. Sleeping. The Walking Dead is how they refer to us. The secret societies and Gnostics that know this stuff. The whole alchemical process is the fire that you put to the vessel, the liquid, is heated up with that and it's this really is a sexual desire. I mean, it's just energy, and what energy wants to do, it wants to have sex. It wants to carry on. That's interesting. What does energy want to do? It wants to act. It wants to go out. So energy, does it receive? Come and feel my energy. I'm recording from my iPad that's sitting on my center console. It's a new look. I hope you don't mind it, looking at my from this angle. I'm interested in the sound too. I wonder how that'll turn out. But as I was saying, semen retention, because that's the inner knowing, and it's like that semen is the carrier of the fire in the waters. And the man representing the fire energy. The woman, moisture. And the woman receiving, feminine in that part. That's science. I mean, I'm not bashing people who identify as a gender. What does Aquarianism think about? Identify. For my teachings, I can't. This isn't this is an official statement from the Aquarian. Well, the Aquarian asks us to think about stuff, and it doesn't make automatic statements, but it really having this need to identify as something is often counterproductive to the spiritual journey. It's very much a sign of an ego type thing. And it separates us. But I identify as a man. The whole mystical process is marrying the woman in you and bringing you that out and up. The damsel in distress inside of us. Venus, Aphrodite, marry her with our Hermes for a hermaphrodite. That doesn't mean that in our physical form, they also do cross-dressing rituals and Freemasonry to humiliate for the whole hazing process, and to also express that the inner wedding of Osiris and Isis, of our soul, our spirit, our body to our spirit. The body's more attached to the soul because it's water. And if the female is the soul, and the spirit is the masculine, the fire and the air. No, I talk about these esoteric things that are syncretic. The esoteric meanings of these. When we learn these and we share them, and we show that these stories aren't historical, then they can't be used for when identifying themselves as the chosen people of this book. Guess who's the chosen people of this book? The people that wrote it, my friends. Who then used it to control through religion. Have we not seen religion be used as control? And now, my lovers, would you believe? So modern traditional religion, as we have experienced it, has been used for control. The Pope, justifying royalty. Now, let's go bump. Religion, modern traditional religion, isn't as popular. People have some, which is not as powerful as it was before. And so, what comes in to reap? It creates a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. So what comes in? The science religion. And I'm not talking Christian Science as in Scientology. I think Scientology and Christian Science are different. Well, I don't know much about Scientology, other than it's the more demons they exorcise out of you, the more money it costs. Aquarianism will never have a paywall. So, what I'm doing with the Aquarian is, why the name? Because it embraces the age. We can, astronomically, how we measure where we are in the cosmos, in the universe, through the precession of the equinoxes. To go backwards on the zodiacal wheel. Or are we going fucking backwards? Anyways, so just one have to believe in astrology to be a part of Aquarianism. No, because Aquarianism is pretty much synonymous with humanitarianism. But it points to, and the environment that we're in. You know what's part of the environment we're in? The mother-loving sun, moon, planets, and stars. And mathematics. Astrology is pretty much just the science of numbers. Now, in relation. Relating this to that. That is further away than that. So it's going to have the characteristics of shit that's further away from this. And just the seasons. If you look at the church calendar, the Jewish calendar, any calendar, it's set around the occurrences of the earth and its relation to the sun and the moon. Judaism, we have a solar lunar calendar. As their civic year starts when the year starts, March 7th, 22nd, the spring equinox. Another dude right in my But that sounded oh. So we celebrate at the summer solstice, the Libra. So that the Jewish New Year is the beginning of Libra, as opposed to the beginning of Aries, the religious one. Because it goes by the full moon. Easter isn't celebrated until the first full moon after the spring equinox. That is astrological as shit. Our birthday celebration. Astro-freaking-logical. Astro-freaking-logical. What else I want to touch on? And it just serves as a way to unite and synchronize different world traditions. Like, oh, that's your name for Mars, is Aries, is Ninger. Oh, Marduk is your name for Jupiter, Zeus, Odin. Oh, Orion constellation is the Good Shepherd. Mithras, Hermes. Oh, Mercury's Hermes. Oh, Mercury's also Thoth. Let's see, we have different archetypes in our religious narratives that take on them. It could be amalgamation. Very common one, the solar hero, Helios, Ra, Horus. The sun moving through its 12 laborers, Hercules, Samson, Shamash is a Babylonian sun god, and that's also the name of a attendant to a priest in a Jewish temple. Samash, something close to Samash is the Masyam. It means the watery heavens. It's like the bright one of the watery sky, the upper waters. And in a sense, air is like water. There's hydrogen. There's water in the air we breathe right now. In the air. I think so. Now, when you Wikipedia semen, it is interesting. And it shows that we don't know, as in relationship to its chemical makeup, its function, in relationship to a woman's ovum. It is amazing. The woman's chemical makeup is acidic, ultra, more so than toxic, to the male's semen. And so sperm, and the more that the sperm is alkaline as opposed to acidic, the greater that's not even talking about the actual formation of life and the splitting of cells and coming together again. All of that is numerological number, the science of numbers that we get just by studying nature. The technology of some god, it seems like all of this is, right? What do we do about technology? We're pretty much we're back studying nature. Just like if we were to find a UFO shipment, that same kind of research we're doing on it. Earth. We're from another galaxy, our human race, in its place, following the sun. And the sun follows another bigger source of light. I think it might be Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky. And we're heading towards, we're in the middle of Sagittarius, Alpha Centauri. We like barged into that place and like kicked them out. And we're going towards Capricorn. And the star Vega is the North Star. We're heading towards the North Star. The North Star is often like God. The planets, the gods. And the God is like the North Pole. And everything circles around. The star circles around that. Thank you for being there for that. My last thing I cut off was do we value the things that stay the same more. That's why we value the fixed seasons. They're the most sacred, the X. But so that means that we don't like change, the mutable signs. Because change is decay and death. Death is change. And life is change. Death is change. And life is change too. We want to get to that middle star, which is getting our pole centered in equilibrium. And so we have the electromagnetic male-female energies running up us, around us in balance. While we're at a place of equilibrium in the middle. That middle way. It's hard to stay there. But, and so, we're trying to get to the top from the bottom. And that whole story is played out in the constellations of the sky. And lots of our